Okay, so there's no bike riding today. Instead, I'm planning out my hill climb season, which I need to tell you about. This way. Okay, so where can I start? I need my calendar. So I got my little calendar for the hill climbs, and already one has been cancelled. The first one's been cancelled on the 23rd, which is this Sunday, 23rd of August. I filled out almost every weekend of September, and every weekend of October is full of hill climbs, but all of that is provisional because could easily change, couldn't it? They could cancel a hill climb like a day before it, so read into that what you will. So I put, is that actually facing me? Oh my god. What am I going to put up with? Huh? Speak. Come back.
I got the giggles, I can't.
Take the camera.
I got the giggles.
Anybody else want to live here instead of Charlie, so you can...
Okay, I'm done.
Even though the hill climb's been cancelled this weekend, I put out on Instagram and Twitter, send help, what can I do instead of doing the hill climb? And I was inundated with messages, insert clip now, of me basically reading every single one of those out. Asterton Bank, Froggatt. Somebody said, numerically take on all of the 100 climbs starting at number 1, which is Cheddar Gorge, and see how many comms you can take in a day. Everesting. Take as many hill comms as possible in one day. Everesting. Regos or Black Mountains. Coast to Coast. Richmond Park and Box Hill. Yorks Hill in Sevenoaks, Kent. South Downs. Rosedale Chimney. I was actually offered £100 to take that segment, by the way. No word of a lie, somebody sent me a message. I'll pay you £100 to take a com. Does Dan Lloyd have any comms nearby? Great Dunfell, Crankvale, Caerphilly Mountain, Headley on a Hill, Hardknot, Struggle, Streatley, Saintbury Hill and Dover's Hill, Shibden Wall, The Tumble, Horn Moss. It was pretty nuts. This weekend I'm gonna have to find something else to do. I'm thinking of still like going through the motions and still gonna like practice the whole kind of, you know, the warm up, and then choosing a hill and doing a hill climb, stripping the bike down, because at the moment there's still a couple of things I need to do, like change the saddle for one to my Chinese carbon saddle. Little bodge here where I put the Physique bar tape on there and use super glue, and it's pretty good actually, and I spend a lot of time on the nose of the saddle so it stops me from sliding off. Not going to be as bad as Tony Martin in that sandpaper incident that he had in one time trial. That weighs like 90 grams, so it's a fair bit lighter than that Physique saddle. I've got some Vittoria latex inner tubes that I used last year for the Nationals. It was the only time I used latex inner tubes in the hill climb season last year. And then these, which I weighed prior to filming this shot. Well, yeah, it's basically a kilo for the rear wheel, obviously with the cassette on, so it's about 750, 800 grams for the rear wheel. 570. So the whole setup comes in at something like, you know, 1300 grams for the pair wheels, obviously without the cassette or the tires, but with the skewers. And I've been given an opportunity to create a wish list of things I want for that bike there. Are the wheels I'm going to be riding, at least for the early part of the hill climb season. So these are hand built by Chinnlad Wheels. But the nice touch of these is the red, white and blue nipples on the spokes that he put in just for me, and that I'll always be able to. So these are the tyres I used. These are the Pirelli P0 Velo TT
tyres. They're like the lightest tyres you can buy for clinchers, that is. Very, very thin. There's like no puncture protection on these. I can't see how you'd use these for a time trial, because like you're more likely to get puncture in a 10-mile time trial than you would in like a 5-minute hill climb. So these have been used like 3 times, and I intend on using these for the first few hill climbs, and I'll use them for my mock DIY hill climb this weekend. The reason why I'm saying like I'm just going to be using these for the first part of the hill climb season is because I'm hoping I'm able to upgrade this bike to different components. One of the components being pedals, the other component being wheels, and then the final component being brake calipers. Those are the 3 major upgrades that I'm hoping to make on this bike for the second half of the hill climb season. In other words, like late September, early October. The thing is with like this bike is the Tifosi frame set, the Mons, is a pretty good skeleton to work with. You know, the handlebars, the stem, the seat post, those things you can only really save a little bit more on than what I'm running currently. They're carbon, they're like super leggera. I've got these brake calipers in mind from Cane Creek. The EE regular mount brake caliper, they're 80 grams per caliper, so it's 160 grams for the pair, which saves 200 grams on the current Ultegra ones that I have. These are the classic Speedplay Nanogram Zero pedals, titanium. Hopefully we can get these sorted for the hill climb bike. They're only really made for like high performance, like short-term events, short-term like races, because really if you go like, when you look at a high performance, at the end of the day it's only really meant to be used for something specific, and then it'll start to like deteriorate quite quickly. So I'll use these for just hill climb events only, where I'm looking to save that extra weight, and these will save, and the cleats as well, between 160 and 200 grams over my current Shimano Ultegra setup. And then the wheels, they've allowed me to have a little bit of a wish list with these things, because well, it's really very kind of them. I've been looking online, and unless you really go down the complete specialist route of like looking for, you know, wheel sets that are made by just people that specialise in wheels, or, you know, if you go down like say the Camp Bagnola route, the only real lightest kind of wheel sets you can get are around the kilo, 1.1 kilo mark. They're very reliable wheels for someone like myself, only 60 kilograms. Weight limit isn't really a problem, but the AX Lightness wheels that I've found, and a couple of people recommended to me, they make wheels like as light as 800 grams. That's obviously minus skewers and stuff, but you can build the complete wheel set, you know, with tubs and with you know, lightweight skewers, and possibly with a lightweight cassette as well, for like 1200 grams. So before you even like, that's even lighter than the setup that I've currently got on that bike now, and that's without having the tyres and the cassette on that wheel. So that would be saving quite a bit. So all in all, I'd hope to save almost a kilo over last year's setup on any of the days I was racing last year. The lightest my bike was last year was at the British National Championship actually, but it wasn't that much lighter than the other hill climbs I did. So it's pretty exciting that we've got the chance to spec the bike out a little bit differently this time, to hopefully give us another couple of seconds. So why am I telling you all this, and why am I not keeping it a secret? Because, you know, you'd think that like if I was going to make these changes, I don't want anybody to know about them until we're on that start line, and then they look at my bike and they go, oh no. Well, the simple reason is because a lot of these changes, a lot of these, like, I'm not going to call them perks, but like these things have come about because of this YouTube channel, because of what we've accomplished. And I say we because, you know, a lot of these things I wouldn't have accomplished without you guys watching these videos, or, you know, suggesting these climbs, or, you know, commenting on social media. I honestly believe that. You know, this is like, although this is like my YouTube channel, and Charlie, obviously. It's very much a thing that we're all doing and all involved in, and I'm just the person that's carrying it out. And you know, truth be told, like, I never thought that I'd be in a position that I'm in, whereby I'm able to make this content and be able to, you know, bring you along for the journey and show you. And like, for the most part, I was thinking to myself, well, what's the point of just showing you like what I could be getting if I don't even get it? And, you know, we might not even get those wheels, or we might not even get those brakes, or, you know, might not even get those pedals, for example. But it's part of like the process and the hype and, you know, everything else. So, you know, I just want to make you feel like you're part of the story, and I don't want to like wait or keep things like under wraps unless they have to be. But for the most part, I want to make you feel included. You know, with the hill climb season being a little bit kind of, you know, it's been knocked on the head a little bit, I wanted to make things feel exciting. I also want to make like cycling feel like that it's not just about like, you know, training and power to weight. It is about equipment, and I feel like only up till now I've been able to take advantage of like the contacts that I have and the people that I know, and that's not even come out of the blue. That's come as a result of like the last 8 years, but also the last kind of year and a half on YouTube, or just on social media in general. And I think that like I'm like the last person to spend money on the bike, or to, you know, to kind of give it that update that it needs, because I'm a product of my own design. Like I always prefer to like put the work in and do the training before I spend the money, or before I upgrade, or before I update the bike. That's just always how I've been. And I've got to say, like, I'm pushing myself now to the upper levels of maybe what's possible for me. You know, I don't know. And, you know, now is the time to invest in, you know, the things that will make me go faster, you know, by 5 seconds, by 10 seconds, because that is the difference now between, you know, like me coming first by 5 seconds, or me coming second by 3 seconds, or me coming first by 37 seconds. You know, this is the difference now. And I've never been like all for, you know, comms or like the accolades or anything like that. It's always been, how far can I push myself? How much better can I get? How much faster can I go? But I know that if I look back on, you know, this period of time when I'm like, you know, going as well as I'm going, and I don't invest, and I end up investing in 5 years' time, I know I'll look back on it and I'll go, I could have gone faster. And that's why I'm doing it, and that's why I'm pouring coal onto the fire. Like, I'm so happy that we're getting people behind it, because it's something that, you know, it is pushing those boundaries now, and I just feel like incredibly excited about it, really. Yeah. So, I don't know, like, how on earth am I going to edit this? Like, I don't think I will. I don't think I'll bother editing it. Do you know what? I'll just leave it as it is. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your comments on Instagram and on Twitter. And I'm sure you'll all have your own, like, comments down below as well. So thank you so much for those. And let's go going.